We created the name Spectrum, me and the founders, Carla Nickerson, Janice Simpson, Jackie Cross, because we wanted to make sure that our stories were not being told from a one-dimensional standpoint, that it covered the entire range of spectrum. As African Americans and as performers, we don't just have one simple story. Our stories start in Africa and they move all the way into today's world.
Well, I don't know about cultural diversity, but what I know is that art is one of the tools that of how a culture is expressed and how specific norms and values of a culture are passed on, and theater is an excellent tool in that way. Theater represents kind of the essence of a culture, and so without theater, without art, we are hard pressed to have a sustainable culture. So without a black theater company in Austin, African American culture is not whole in its storytelling.
Spectrum has a wide variety of programs. One of our main programs that we are doing now is our education and training for young actors and adult actors. So we have a elementary school level acting class that ranges from age 5 to 11, and then we have a middle school class from 12 to 17, middle school and high school, and then we teach an adult class. We also are incorporating an at-risk program for juveniles who have gotten themselves in a little bit of trouble, and we're working with the county judges and the county juvenile justice system to have some classes for those kids.
I like acting because, I mean, there's different parts to the story. There's climaxes and rising actions and falling actions. I mean, it's some of it's funny, some of it's serious.
Well, it helps me project my voice so I can make it higher or low at sometimes, or like make it louder, shorter, higher, lower. So I can get better at talking to people, so I don't get nervous either by talking to other people.
Maybe I can be a theater teacher one day and teach some of the kids how to do theater and bring up their confidence, project their voice more.
When I'm acting, it makes me feel alive.
It's important to support Spectrum Theater Company because really, right now, it's the only viable idea on the table. In Austin, we are quickly losing our African American population. There is so much rapid growth happening that the African American population is dispersing, and we're losing not only people, but we're losing the stories and the glue that's holding us together as a culture in Austin. And so there is no better way to kind of stem that tide than to use art and theater.
And now a message from our board members, Julius Tennant and Viola Davis.
Good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a wonderful gala. It's great to be with you guys, with my beautiful wife Viola and my daughter Genesis. We're happy to be with you guys. It's really great that you guys are gathered today to raise money to start this theater company. And for me, my connection to Austin has been a long time, a lot of years. I mean, I cut my teeth on theater in Austin and was a part of kind of a period of time when there was quite a bit of theater and folks in Austin who really wanted to bring our stories to fore. So now, there hasn't been as much of that. I mean, there's been, theater happening, but not, on kind of a basis where, it was consistent. And I think now with the leadership of Billy Harden and his team, These guys are serious, committed. There's a lot of professionals who've been involved with Billy, and I mean, the names go on and on forever, and I could be talking to you guys until tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that. But what I want to say is that, you know, it's really important for Austin because there's not a presence there. There's not a black theater company in Austin. I don't think there's ever really been one that's actually been, you know, in Austin proper.
Because it's important for us to tell our stories. Theater in general and arts in general helps people to heal. It helps a community to heal. It makes people feel less alone. It's fun. It's a form of enjoyment. It's a place that when you're in an audience and experience a piece of theater with an audience, you feel a sense of community just being a part of the audience. So I am an advocate of supporting arts in any capacity, in any community that is deprived of it, because it will improve that community immensely, as well as the people involved.
It is important to support Spectrum because right now Spectrum is the arts organization that is trying to hold on to this rich, very, very rich and historic African American story here in Austin. And also, we want to be that voice, and we need funding to help us be that voice of this community that has been silenced for a while, so that we have the opportunities to invite in and encompass others and to incorporate others into our story. We cannot do this story or tell our stories without other cultures and other communities being involved, because we're part of the fabric. The African American story is not exclusive of other stories, it's inclusive. But it's important to fund us so that we are able to tell these stories, and that we're able to provide a place for new artists, and that we're able to provide an education in theater for some students who otherwise may not get that education in the public arena.